Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oiran from Yelun. Good evening. Also, I did not get up 15 minutes ago, but I am EP. So, partial credit is necessary. Partial credit is given. I am EP. I got, like, really freaking tired the minute I hit the go live button on OBS. I have water, so I'm hoping to wake up a little bit now, but... You don't barely sleep. Help. Don't call me out like that. Are you ever not EP? Sometimes I'm not EP. Like, if I stream in the mornings, I'm, like, pretty much awake. I am very much a morning Oni still. Well, in theory, as long as I don't go outside. But yeah, I don't know what it is about today. I'm just a little bit EP. I was, like, throwing a little baby fit while I was setting up. I was just like, I don't want to stream. I don't want to. I'm tired. But I did it anyway, so you're welcome. Hi. Morning stream, best stream? I suppose that's fair. That's because the morning streams are usually when I'm playing Graces. Ahaha. That does wake me up, too. You have something in common, I'm also very tired. I mean, it is a Monday. I feel like Mondays are usually when the chronic EP sleepies hit. Because you're still coming out of the weekend funk. You're not quite out of the, like, you're not out of the weekend brain. Gotta get to awake brain. The thing that sucks, though, is that, like, awake brain doesn't usually kick in until, like, Wednesday. So then you only have it for, like, a few more days before you're back in weekend brain. And then the process starts all over again. And that's so silly. Not out of the weekend funk until Friday. Very true, very true. We had the sports balling yesterday. Yes, the ball of sport. I'm sure everyone had a good time. I don't know. I saw a lot of people tweeting about the halftime show, but other than that, I haven't really paid attention to, like, anything interesting. Eagles won. Congratulations. Or I'm sorry that happened. I don't know. I don't go here. Didn't watch the halftime, but the game was a blowout. Ooh, rough. What was the halftime show? Kendrick Lamar, right? I heard it was really cool. I didn't really watch it. But I like saw a lot of tweets about it. They said it was very, very fire. And I was like, okay, that's cool. People booed Taylor for some reason. I don't know why they would boo her. Like, either you're obsessed with her or you hate her, I guess. I guess people might have been booing because they knew she was there for, like... Isn't her current partner a football guy? Is he on one of the teams? Her boyfriend lost and people blame her? Oh, okay. The only thing I saw related to Taylor Swift was the fact that people were, like, making fun of her for... Or, like, making fun of her stands, I should say, for spending, like, tons of money to go to the Super Bowl and expecting Taylor to get proposed to at the game. And then it didn't happen, so they all just wasted their money. That was the only thing I saw related to Taylor through the osmosis that is my Twitter feed. Which is, like, you know what? Fair. Why would you spend all that money thinking that somebody was gonna get proposed to? That sounds like a mistake on your part. Why would you spend money for that? Because Swifties are crazy. Now, see, I liked Taylor Swift's music when she was in country. When she pivoted to being more of, like, a pop star, not that it's bad, but, like, I'm not obsessed with her. I preferred the country girl era. The important part of the match was the food, boneless and pizza. Sounds so yummy. You know, country gal, that's me, yeehaw. Boring game too. I see. But yeah, congratulations, or I'm sorry that happened if you didn't like the results of the Super Bowl. I mean, we're here now. You don't have to think about that stuff here, because I don't know anything about sports. I come to these streams hoping that Yuku will propose to us. Maybe someday. That's a big ask, but maybe someday. What a Chibi Oni we got? Yeah! This is the Chibi that my genmate Kaya made for our half anniversary as Hana Mizuki, which is now dead. We are Mialu now. But Kaya made and rigged these models for the three of us at the time. Whoopee, 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 whoopee. Only when Yuno gets to 1 million subs? That would be crazy. You're saying there's a chance? I don't understand how this was something you guys ended up wanting, but sure. But yeah, yeah. Sleep Mask Joker is nice. Yeah, it's a Dominachi face. Also, if you want to know something funny, I probably can't zoom in on this because I feel like YouTube will kill me, but I'll zoom in a little bit just for like slight emphasis. But like, look at the placement of the eye mask, right? And you see that? Do you see the indentation? Doesn't that also kind of look like a Dominachi face? I don't know if that was intentional, but that kind of looks like our little tier 1 friend, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway, I don't think it was intentional when Kaya made it, but I noticed it one day and I haven't been able to unsee it. Is Yuno being unsay-so? It happens regularly. I don't know where you've been. It's just a happy face, YouTube. Yeah, it's just a happy face. Don't worry about it. Nothing to see here. Zoom in more. I can't! If I zoom in on it and also, like, speak about it, YouTube will take a look at the VOD and be like, oh, this is some nasty stuff happening. According to Kaya's Keikaku, I really don't think it was intentional, but it is very funny. Anyways. You know, supposed to be the same one to Kaya's Chaos? I am! I'm more controlled unsay-so. The thing about Kaya is that her whole thing is just being, like, super vulgar verbally. Meanwhile, mine is, like, subtle. I'm very subtle. I'm very low-key. I'm understated. I refuse to believe Kaya has ever planned anything. No, she does plan things. Just some more than others. I don't think this one was intentional. Kaya is the beer and Yuno is the wine. What does that make Lynn? I guess Lynn is the, like... What is the equivalent of, like, non-alcoholic until suddenly there's, like, a like, intense shot of alcohol? Is Lynn even lewd? Not, like, intentionally. It kind of happens by accident, I think. I feel like she's aware of things, but I also just think that, like, in terms of herself, she tries to, like, keep it clean and clear, and then it just accidentally happens. Lest we forget, let's bang. Spiked Boba? You know what? That makes sense. Imagining that meme of Lynn holding a leash on 2 gremlins. Hey, I'm the one holding a leash on 2 gremlins. Lynn's just a different kind of gremlin. If we're being technical, I think it's me and Lynn both holding a leash, like a separate leash, and Kaya is, like, ferally trying to escape both of us. Kaya likes the leash too much. You know what? Also true. Three gremlins all holding each other's leashes, but I don't need a leash. I'm very calm. Her planning of things has zero bearing on my stance to not believe it. She's grape juice, safe until oops wine. You know what? That also makes sense. You wear the leash by choice to rein yourself in? Yeah. We need a drawing of Yuno being dragged on the ground by the two leashed gen mates. Help. I mean, we can't really call ourselves a gen anymore. I guess you could maybe call us like a unit. But I understand the vision. You're a bear, you need a leash? I'm not a bear! How many times must we go over this? Dream team. Kaya is Snoopy for Bruno Brown. Very true. I believe it. Too used to calling you gens by now? That is fair. That's why I said I understand the vision. I get what is being said. But anyways... Do you want to be a bear? I never said one way or the other. It's the assumption for me. Wanted to tell you I've had a good day. I got myself a Japanese Robocop shirt. Nice! Congratulations! Sounds maybe rare? But yeah, enjoy your dinner. Enjoy the food. I had soup. It could have been better. I messed up the timing with my eggs, I think. I haven't figured out how I want to make them. Like, I have and I haven't all at the same time. Soup from the soup aisle? Well, kind of. It was from the instant noodle aisle, because it was instant noodle soup. Cooking dinner as we speak. I'm making a spicy tendies wrap. Ugh, that sounds so good! You send me some? I want that. I'm like fixating really hardcore on like chicken tenders recently. I want them like every other day, and that's very bad for my wallet, but like they've consistently been really, really good. So anytime people mention the tendies, I'm just like, please? Please for me have? Give me? Tuna helper? Blick. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's yummy for you, but blick. Yuck. Ugh. Yuck. Obsessed with making stuffed bell peppers right now. Ugh, those also sound really good. I love me a bell pepper. I've never had stuffed bell peppers, but I feel like I would like them. Grab a box of frozen ones, but they're not the same. It's not the same thing. The frozen chicken tenders aren't the same. I know you're right, probably. I would save so much more money than, like, ordering out tenders, but, like... meh. Yeah, it's cheaper. It saves money, but it's not the same. It doesn't hit the craving the same way. There's the specific vibe. No, this is a sign. Probably, when I get more money dollar, I will probably go through with getting a big bag of frozen tender. Just to, like, you know, curb the craving during the times when I can't get the fancy tender. But boy, will I be sad. Eat your veggies? I do! I like my veggies. Thank you. I know it doesn't sound like it sometimes because I'm usually talking about junk food indulgences, but I do like veggies. They are very yummy. See if you have more money cooking the tenders yourself. Oh, that's proof you're new. I can't cook. It's proof that you're new, that you're bringing up the idea of me cooking something. It's either instant or die in this house. It's either instant or death. Always good to have food in the home. You never know when you could get snowed in. I do have food in the home. It's just mostly noodles and noodle accessories. Or that's what I usually tell my friends. Noodles, and then I have boxes of, like, different pastas and, like, instant noodles and things like that. And then pasta accessories are things that I can eat alongside the pasta. Or, like, sauces. Or, like, side dishes that are good with pasta. And then that's about it. Like, maybe some sweets also is, like, the other, like, stash of things that I have. But other than that, it's pasta and pasta accoutrement. Homemade ones don't resonate at 475 Hz, which is the anti-hunger wave. Correct! You get it. Garlic bread, garlic knots, garlic cloves. I have cheesy garlic bread, yes. I do love me some cheesy garlic bread. The best kind of frozen cheesy garlic bread. You just pop it into the air fryer for a little bit and boom, garlic bread with melty cheese. Nom nom nom. Garlic knots, also real and true. Missed the Chibi Yuno reveal? Well, okay, so the thing with these Chibis is they were revealed on my previous Jedmei Ransuki-ha's channel. But her channel's been wiped, so unfortunately, unless you can, like, find clips or find, like, a proper re-upload somewhere, you might not be able to see the reveal for these Chibis. But they were, like, forever ago. They were quite a long time ago. These Chibis are, like, almost a year old, I think. Because we revealed them in, like, April? Yeah, this was an April stream, I think. Roommate found Korean barbecue instant rice bowls. Can I have some, please? You guys need to stop talking about the yummy food that you have in your possession, because now I want it. Give it to me, please. 8 months or so, 6-month anniversary. Okay, so 6 months, that would be October 14th. So November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, so April 14th-ish would be when the 1 year would be. Yeah. Yup. So we're close. We're close to it. In April, they'll be a year old. That's weird. Yes, I did have to count it on my fingers. Yes, you could probably tell because my model was looking down at my fingers. Man, oh man, oh man. Already? Uh-huh. We don't really have plans for that. Mostly because I don't know if we're going to be celebrating it as that anymore. We haven't really talked about that kind of thing much. Fun fact about me and Loon, we haven't really established a lot of things yet. Not yet. We want to, but everything's just been really busy. What with Kaya planning her like full re-debut, and like Lynn's also busy. And like also I'm busy. I don't want to act like I'm not busy. Explosion anniversary. I don't know if I want to celebrate that either. Company died a year ago. Let's go. Could you imagine? You're the straight man, that's your role? Yes. I do know this. Do you have a plushie of your friends when they're not around? No, we don't have any plushies of us, so I would not be able to do that. If I did, I would love to have them, but I don't have plushies of them. The closest thing I have to, like, a plush, quote-unquote, is the fact that I have the 6-month anniversary tote bag. And, like, the picnic blanket, but... That's, like, the closest I have to, like, a plush. And that's just more like, it is made of fabric. Straight man, white curvy woman. I'm the straight man, but I love women. Light novel coming to the US fall 2025. Wait. I would be so into that, though. It's a Tsukomi guy, but all of the girls are bokeh women, so they're all very head empty, very stupid. It's like Manzai-themed visual novel. You're telling me this doesn't already exist? I need it. Just like me, for real, for real. They're just like me! Did you end up getting your hands on much kawaii merch while it was around? Got my share of stuff, but it's almost all of one girl. I mostly have Hanamizuki merch, unfortunately. Most of the merch that I have was like Hanamizuki related and also of me. I believe I've said this out loud to you guys before, but we didn't get like discounted or complimentary merch. We had to buy our own merch, basically, and, you know, I was basically going to be using my earnings to buy back a bunch of merchandise if I wanted to go through with buying all the merch that I wanted from Kawaii, because I didn't have any extra income. I would have just been handing them half my paycheck to pay for all the Kawaii merch. So, I ended up only ever buying copies of my own merch. So, most of the merch that I have is Yuno Hanaki. And then I have the, like, anniversary stuff for Hanamizuki. So I have the, like I said, I have the 6-month anniversary merch. And I have the 1-year anniversary merch down here. And yeah, that's all I got. That's all I have. They did give me an option to buy some of the extra, like, surplus stuff, which I believe the other girls have said as well. We had the options to, buy it so that it wouldn't be wasted, basically. But I didn't have the money. I didn't have the money to get it myself, and I don't have the means to, like, sell it in that way. You know what I mean? So, I didn't even want to try to fight that battle. I would have just ended up with boxes of extra scandies and shit and not knowing what to do with it. So it's kind of a bummer, but yeah. The only thing I did was get one extra copy of my birthday merch set. But that's because I have a friend who wanted the keychain. She likes collecting VTuber merch, but she specifically only likes collecting keychains, and that's the only keychain that's ever been released of Yuno Hanaki so far. So, I have to get her that sometime soon. I have it. It shipped finally, but I have to get that for her. No distributor too, exactly. So like, instead of having to fight that battle, I just I had to let that go. I wish that more of them could have sold before the closure, but it is what it is. How's that Otomate game that released at the end of January? It's been good! I'm on the 3rd boy, so far. We're not playing in order. I say we because I'm going through this with my bestie. But we're not playing in order. We got like one of the recommended first routes for our first route, and that was fun. And then the second route, we went for a boy who explains a lot of the overall plot of the game. But his route as like a love interest was kind of lame. The plot was okay, but the love interest part, like, he didn't really feel like a love interest. But this current route that we're on, oh, we both love him. We both love this guy. He fucking rocks. After having, like, such a dry desert route for the last one that we played, going into this new route and having the guy, like, instantly be smitten with her and, like, treat her super nicely, we're both just like, yes! Yes! Yeah! It's really good. Finally, we're, like, locking in. Love disinterest route. Literally! Well, okay, it's not that he was disinterested. It's just that he was trying to keep his distance from her, and so it led to him never really expressing his affection for her, which really sucked, because, like, avoiding plot spoilers, like, it's just, they didn't, like, they tried to set it up like he was, like, he's the poster boy. So you would think that he would have a lot more, like, intimate, like, you know, lovey-dovey scenes, but we don't really get them until, like, chapter 7 of, like, an 8-chapter route. So the fact that we didn't really get much romantic affection from him until chapter 7 out of 8 meant that it was a lot of fucking text and, like, maybe very subtle if you squint implications. And so it was such a fucking drag. Seeing him not really be romantic until suddenly chapter 7, it went from 0 to, I love you. And we were both just like, hey, whoa, hey. Settle down, buddy. I don't know about all that. So I don't know. That was a bummer, but this current route is really good. But also, it's a route that appeals to me because he's a kudere and he wears glasses. Nothing better for a kudere than a kudere with glasses. But also, he's a kudere with a heart of gold because he, like, wants to protect the heroine from danger. And he, like, doesn't understand why she gets flustered around him, and then it suddenly gets role reversaled, and he starts getting flustered around her, and they both have scenes where they're, like, nursing each other and, like, taking care of each other's injuries, and he's really good. I like him. So anyway, yeah, that's where we're at. I haven't played in the past couple days. We've taken a bit of a break because I've been focusing on my work and such. But hopefully, back when I have my days off, I'll be able to get into it some more. Wipe the drool? I'm not drooling! I'm screaming. There's a difference. Imagine if he was an Osananajimi. He is not. Unfortunately, the guy that we played before was like, well, maybe not directly the Osananajimi, but like, she knew him when she was a child. There is another route that is like, more Osananajimi coded, but it's also the, like, kind of adopted brother trope, and I know that there are people who find that to be hit or miss. I can tolerate it just because I understand, like, what it means. But I know that there are some people who are just like, ugh, but they're like siblings. Bringing Yuno meds while she bed rots is within the love language. I mean, it's true. If you bring me anything on a tray so that I can consume it whilst in bed, that will definitely earn you some affection points. Anything that allows me to be just a little bit lazy. You're not wrong. But yeah, the game is good. I was thinking about maybe doing a playthrough of it with you guys in the future, because it's a game that can be streamed. I've seen other people stream it. So technically we probably could stream it at some point if you ever wanted to. It'd be interesting to see you guys go through an Otomate. But there's another game coming out at the end of this month that I think that we will more than likely be streaming. I retweeted a promotional tweet for it, but Hanakare, which is in English, Him, the Smile, and Bloom, is another game that I'm really looking forward to. That's coming out at the end of February. And I'm pretty sure I want to stream that one. So we're probably going to do that one first, rather than Genso Manege. It was something that I said I was going to go over as, like, my next Otomate game anyway, but I think it would be fun to play it with you guys. And also, it has the unique thing of like 4 different heroines, so there's like 4 different love stories. So, yeah. Seems you're eating well when it comes to Otomate. I have too many pancakes. I have too many pancakes. Please help me. They keep feeding me pancakes. They keep bringing me more pancakes. But yes, I'm excited. That title just sounds catered to you. It's flower themed! All of them have like a different like thematic flower attached to them. And there's also going to be like a Hanakotoba guide in the game. So we can learn about Hanakotoba together. Still no Busta Fellows 2. Please don't remind me. They keep posting promotional tweets that are like, I bet you can't wait to fall in love with this guy again in Busta Fellows 2. And I'm just like, yeah, but where's the release date? And they just never share it. And it's very fricked up. They are literally holding me firmly in their grasp because they know that I am waiting with bated breath for the release date. No Busta? Yeah, no Busta. There's no Busta. It makes me so sad. What if they just release it one day? If they dare to stealth drop it, I will have to have words. I will have to have words and maybe a physical altercation. Drake and Josh meme. Where's the game? Where's the game, PQ? You keep promoting it. Where's the game? Yeah. Everyone gets a flower. He's Rose, there's Daisy, a lavender, lilac, and Yuno's flowers pancake. I see what you're doing there. Congrats, Busta Fellows releases on the same day as your most anticipated game this year now. How do you feel? Well, joke's on you. Busta Fellows 2 is my most anticipated game of the year. Have you ever thought about that? They are one and the same. Did they go? I'm not gonna lie, you know there was never a game. No! I know there's a game! I know it exists. They can't hide it from me. Well, they can, but they shouldn't. It's okay. I've been keeping my eye locked on the official PCube Asia Twitter. I've been staring them down like, it's coming, right? It's gonna be here, right? I will know. You guys will also know, because I will probably scream. You will hear my scream all the way from Onigashima. Just like, it's finally coming! It will be very, very loud. You know what Godzilla, their offices, if they did that? Yes, I would grow it to the size of Godzilla, and then I would crush them like bug. Why is it coming from my walls? Surprise! Onigashima was in your walls this entire time. Get ready to bust up when those fellows finally release. Please don't word it like that. Please don't word it like that. But yeah, no, I'm hyped. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be... I feel like it'll be... I mean, I think they confirmed it was going to be this year. My thought is that it's probably going to release in summer. I'm thinking June. I'm manifesting June. If it comes out sooner, great. I'm manifesting June. Because I think the game originally came out in June. The first game, I should say. It originally came out in June. So I think maybe June. Earliest, maybe April. I am manifesting sometime between April and June if we're being super helpful. But if I have to wait longer, that's okay. It's just, I want it. If I knew when the release date was, I could anticipate it better. That's the main thing. I just want to know when the date is. Do not while I'm on a work call. Young lady screaming coming on a recorded line is probably bad for my annual review. No, it would not sound like coming. I would just be like, it's here! Busta fellows! But then you don't hear the fellows, so you just hear the busta. And so the person on the other line is just like, is someone screaming about busting over there? That is more likely what would happen. Anyway, I'll do my best to be calm. If it will make you feel better, I will get a pillow and I will scream into the pillow instead. Yeah, true. But anyway, that's the current standings of Otomate Land. I'm working on Genso Manege. I hope I can finish it this month, so that way I can be ready for Hanakare, but if not, I will probably just have to finish Genso Manege on the side in my offline time while we stream Hanakare. There's other games that are coming out later this year as well, but it's hard to keep up sometimes, to be honest. Thanks for the news update. Always. It do be the main thing I fixate on when I'm not doing my content creation stuff. Ohinaki, welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're having a nice day so far. My day has been good, a little productive. Also very eepy. I feel a little bit more awake now though, so I think I will be able to make it through stream at least. Whoopee! I love that for me! Though this probably isn't going to go as long as some of my other OniMons have recently because I do have the 10 AM stream tomorrow. And so I will be getting up a little bit early so that I can make sure I like have a good breakfast and prepare. But yeah. So all you needed was some Damadachinium? Is that what you want to call it? Chinium? I was just gonna say Damadachium, but sure. Says that but feels super sleepy later. I mean, probably. There is such a thing as like a post-stream crash. Maybe it's just a Yuno Hanaki exclusive, but sometimes when my energy is like super good during a stream and I'm like super energized and I had a good time, like that energy of having a good time like crashes immediately when I end stream. And then it makes me super tired. And I'm just like, oh, I tired. The effect we have on people is very undocumented, very few survivors. It's true. I am probably the sole survivor. And even then, sometimes it's like a barely surviving sort of situation. Only sometimes, though. I do think more often than not you guys give me energy. But there are other times where I get so much energy, perhaps, that it causes a bit of an overload. So then when I end stream, I'm just like, I'm tired. I especially felt that after the 12-hour endurances. Had super fun. Wow, I love talking. Had a lot of fun during them. But then as soon as they ended, I was just like, I'm tired. And I would immediately go perish. Well, actually, I would do my Infinity Nikki dailies, and then I would go perish. The Damadachium overcharge. This is very true. Soul survivor all perspective. No? No? If anything, we should say SOUL, because you guys are little balls of souls. How long did you sleep that day? 10 plus hours. You mean the day after the streams are over? How long did I sleep? I think I slept until like 1 or 2 p.m. Which I hadn't done for a hot minute. Even with the stream starting at like noon, you know? I think I pretty much went to bed immediately after that stream ended, which was at around midnight-ish. Well, no, I didn't go right to bed. Like I said, I had dailies, and then I was taking care of some other, like, housekeeping stuff until, like, 2 a.m. Then I slept until, like, 1 p.m. So about 11 hours, I would say. Got a big eep. I needed it. Yeah. But I mean, I had done, like, several long days of streaming. So it makes sense. It all just kind of added up that way in the end. Hanaki, welcome in. But yeah, 11 hours of sleep. And then I woke up and I was like, dang, I needed that. And it was good because my voice felt better. I had been worried I was going to wake up, like, sick and dying. And I was just like, nice. I feel good. And then I saw the time and I was like, oh shit, that's why. It was a very slow day, but it was good. Can't even sleep in beyond 7 a.m. and Yuno casually sleeps in beyond noon. I mean, I don't make a habit of sleeping in beyond noon. Usually the latest that I sleep in nowadays is like 9 or 10 a.m. Unless, of course, it's like an all-nighter situation. But those are like the latest I can sleep in. I don't make a habit of sleeping past noon. Been every Saturday here during busy season. Crash Friday, wake up Saturday, hope it's still morning. I know, right? You don't want to waste too many of your precious days off. I get you. But I'm also someone who can get up, like, in the morning and be pretty productive. It's usually the afternoon where I start crashing. I take afternoon naps. I think I've said this before, but I take afternoon naps and then I wake up and have dinner. So, like, that's kind of how my days have shaped out in more recent times. Back before, when I was more concerned with taking care of Onimama, I would sleep earlier in the afternoon, so that's why I was able to do the 4 p.m. stream slot. Because I would be napping in the early afternoon and getting up in time to prepare for a stream in the late afternoon. And then right after those streams, I would have to have it in a 2-hour time block because Onimama would need to eat dinner at 6 p.m. So that's why it always ended then. But I think changing my schedule now is, like, way better for me. Obviously, because I have the time to, like, literally stream whenever, technically. But the way I'm doing it now, where the times are kind of changed up a little bit, and so sometimes it's in the afternoon, sometimes it's in the evening, sometimes it's in the morning. That's been pretty good for me so far. I hope it's been working for you guys, too. Can't take naps, takes me so long to fall asleep. Yeah, I have a hard time falling asleep at night, and I think it's probably because I take those afternoon naps. I think those afternoon naps kick my ass. But they're also necessary. If I try to power through them, I end up being really freaking grumpy. The exception, I guess, was the birthday streams, because I was able to power through those. As long as I get Unonium, I'm good. Yeah! I'm trying to keep it, like, somewhat consistent. Like, for example, OniMon has stayed 8 p.m. just because I think that that's the best time for it. It's just better as a prime time chatting stream. Everything else, I mean, as long as I pick a time and stick to it, that's usually what I do. I also try to keep days consistent, but sometimes I will change it up because I gotta. But I do like changing up times every now and again. Onimon on a day other than Monday would be false advertising. That's why you've only gotten a couple of Oni-san. I did Oni-san once because I was basically strong-armed. Fun fact, the first ever Oni-san was actually because I was strong-armed by management to still keep up the weekly stream. I had to take off a Monday, and I was like, well, if that's the case, I guess I can't do Onimon this week. And they were like, you should still do it. Why don't you do it on Sunday? And I was like, okay, I guess. So I still did it. But it's also because in December, I don't know if I ever formally said this, so here's a little behind the scenes moment, I guess. December was supposed to be the month where I streamed every single day of the month because they really wanted me to be daily streaming. But I had to take off on on the first Monday of December. And I was like, I have to. There's like something important I gotta take care of. And that's when they like forced me to do Oni-san. Gotta try again next year. Do you really want me to go back to daily streaming every day of a month? We technically could, I guess. It might kick my ass, but we could. I like streaming. Setting it up so that I can stream every day isn't necessarily the hard part. It's guaranteeing that they are long streams, and also guaranteeing, like, quality. For me, my issue has always and will forever be that whenever I have to increase the quantity of something, I always feel like the quality starts to dip. So, my concern if I were to go back to streaming daily would be, that I would be worried about the quality of the streams. Have time to do other stuff too. Yeah, that's another part of it, obviously. I don't know. Maybe we'll have like a special month where I stream every day. If I can think of like a time to do it, we'll make it like a special thing-ish. I don't think I could do it every month. At least not anymore. Your girl has more responsibilities now. And more, like, things to do outside of streaming than before. So, unless you want, like, a lot of work streams. Which I don't think people really like, so probably not. But I've considered. I don't know. Don't wear yourself out? Yeah. I mean, my own streaming stamina is fine. That's why I was able to get through those 12-hour streams and not necessarily, like, be too grouchy. It's more like, I guess just the principle of the thing. A month-long build-up to your 2.0. Honestly, you're not wrong. Glad Chibi has boobs too, just for you, baby girl. Also, get your wrench. Can't believe I didn't give you your wrench when you were here. Probably because I didn't catch you in chat. There we go. But yeah, no, Chibi's gotta have the boobie. Big hard enough. Welcome. Boobing breastily. I always do be. They are held back in the kimono. If only Chibi had the wiggles. I mean, Kaya did her best with what she had. She always makes fun of me for wanting to maintain my wiggles, though. She's just like, she wants to keep her wiggles so damn bad. And I'm just like, yeah? Because I like them, and also the people like them. I think if I ever truly debuted, like, a new model that didn't have the same quality of wiggles, it would be over. Have we ever thought about that? It's the sake of my brand! The Yuno Hanaki brand is intrinsically tied to wiggling. And breasting boobily sometimes. I guess not as much as of boobily as Kaya, as we have established because she keeps making herself bigger, but we do breast a bit boobily. Wiggleless Yuno. Would you still love Yuno if she rebranded as a wiggling worm? I would hope you guys do. You have to love me even at my worm. If you want to see me at my me. You know? Always defend you having Mr. Peach. I don't know, it's been retconned, I guess. It's okay. She can be bigger if she wants. I'm not allowed to have anything besides forehead. Can't have anything in this house. She's just like, you will take this and you will like it. And I'm just like, okay, I guess. You'll be taller at least, unfortunately. I mean... Not fair, she has the god power of self-edit. Well, to be honest, I haven't actually seen the sketches from my new mama yet. So I don't really know what they're planning to make me look like. They have all the references, obviously, but we will see. Sacrifice height for curves to not gain weight. Clever girl. I heard if Chibi Yuno doesn't wiggle at least once a day, the apocalypse will fall upon us. Yeah. But Chibi Yuno also has the power to, like, go back and forth. Because I didn't disable that feature for when I lean. It's not like one of those, like, dramatic anime leans, but it's like... It can move forward and back. Ninja Kaya is taller, but Dragon is shorter. Indeed, but Dragon is still technically taller, than character Yuno. I am still the shortest. And I am sure that Dragon Kaya will probably find ways to, wear heels that are taller than mine. So that she can always be taller. I wouldn't be surprised. So, you know, it's not truly any sort of victory. But what I was saying is, when it comes to my new mama's design, I left a lot of things up to them. So I wonder if the new design that I will have will actually feel taller. Self-imposed. I can't help it! You look at that design and tell me that she doesn't look like a freaking tiny girl. Tiny girl with giant boobies. I can't help the fact that she's a short stat. If I were to make her any taller, it would be lying. I did think about it. Like, when I was thinking about her height, I was just like, I guess I could just make it so... the Geta version is, like, my normal height. But if the Geta are off, she's just 10 centimeters shorter than me. So that would have put her at 155 instead, but then I was just like, nah. 155 to 145. I thought it was 5'5" when I first saw it. Yeah, that would have been close to my actual height. So I probably would have clocked her at 165 with the Geta and then 155 without. That was my initial thought. But then I was like, no, she looks like she's very tiny. The reason I thought that she looked tiny was when I finally saw the reference sheet and I saw how stacked the Geta were. I was like, those Geta are adding at least 10 centimeters of height. So if she looks like my height, she's way smaller. She looks so freaking small. And so I made the decision to make her tiny. But who knows, maybe when the new design comes in and it feels taller, maybe we will have a height upgrade. But I'm only going to go based on what I feel genuinely suits the character, you know? Like, I'm not really, like, looking to manipulate it for any other reason. Self-debuff. Look, I'll say it again, but a certain healer did call me a masochist. But it wasn't because I thought it was actually going to be a debuff. It just made sense character-wise. A height upgrade that matches you if you get a 3D? I guess, but like there's technology that exists so that you can make it work even if there's like centimeters of difference for a 3D. There are options. Like, have you seen those people who can be 3D even if they play, like, a mascot character and they are just, like, a floating little plush doll? Like, clearly there are options to make height differences work. technology a ladder. I mean, could be true. But no, I've like thought about it, and depending on how the design looks, will probably change how I interpret the height. And there's a chance that I could be taller. But you know, we will still have the little green one. Green creature is not disappearing, I must reiterate. She is not going away. Green creature will still be around. This Chibi will also still be around. We have the options, you know? We have the technology. Things I'm praying, no booba nerf, showing of wife, possible tummy. I think 2 of those 3 are possible. 2 of those 3 I feel like are pretty much going to be popular. Popular? Possible. I know how to talk. I promise. Puntable? Oh yeah, Puntable too. But like, Puntable really only comes out as part of like a joke anymore. I don't really plan to do like full streams as Puntable at this point. It's mostly just OG and Chibi. OG and PhD, yeah. Hoping for Wiggles? Well, currently, in terms of Papa, I do want to try and ask Spiral to be my Papa again, but that's gonna be really expensive. If we thought the crowdfunding for the models was going to be difficult, like just the art, it's going to be difficult to crowdfund for the rig if we go for Spiral. But I've been shopping around for some other riggers. I've been trying to keep my options open. Because, like, as much as I'd like to get Spiral again, because Spiral is why OG has the Wiggles that she does, it's expensive. And it adds up a lot for, like, extra things. And obviously, worth it. It's worth the price. This is not me complaining about an artist charging what they feel they need to charge in order to charge what they are worth. Totally love my Papa's prices. I think that's great for him. He deserves the work. It's just a lot of money. And I just worry about being able to afford it should I approach him with the PSD and be like, hello, can you rig this? Will wife be on the new model? Yes. One of the things that I asked for my mama to keep was the tattoo. Why does Chibi not have wife? Kaya didn't want to draw it. Straight up, Kaya hates drawing the tattoo, didn't want to draw it. That's why it's not on the Chibi. Price is worth the demand. Can't believe the tattoo is makeup. No, if anything, I'm wearing cover-up so that you can't see the tattoo, so that I can get away with wearing booty shorts. I'm using that, like, cover-up, like, makeup product so that you can't see the tattoo. It's not only magic that hides it. No, I'm just slathered with makeup. Will it be same wife, or will wife also get a redesigner upgrade? All I can tell you is that when I approached my mama for the design, I asked them to keep the tattoo. There were a few other things I asked to keep for the initial design. However, I did also ask for some changes specifically. But yeah. One of the things I asked was to keep the tattoo. It might change. I mean, the only way that it might change in terms of, like, design is just the fact that it's going to be drawn by a new artist. So the artist might reinterpret it in a different style. In some cases, when people want to draw Yuno, they will, like, just kind of copy-paste the tattoo asset to, like, put it on the leg instead of trying to draw it. Or, like, maybe sometimes they will redraw it in their style or to, like, suit their vision. But this particular instance, there is a chance that the artist could, like, reimagine the tattoo in their style. I don't know for sure. Like I said, I haven't seen what they have been cooking up for design stuff yet. That is the first step. That is the first thing I'm paying for. The way this is going to work, I'm gonna, like, outline the process to you guys so you kind of know what I'm working with this year. But the first step is they are currently, or I guess will be soon, sketching how they want to design the new Yuno. They're going to send that like drawing to me and be like, do you like this design? Yes, no. And then I can either ask for some changes or I can be like sick perfect. Then I pay for that, and then that's when they start working on the models. So I haven't seen what the new design is gonna look like yet. I'm very excited, but I'm very nervous. Would not mind a bigger wife expanding over the hip to the back. Well, that would be something you'd only be able to see in, like, a reference sheet. That would also have to imply that I'm wearing something off-shoulder so that you could see my back. But I don't know yet. I gave my new mama the concept, like, the character concept. And I gave some, like, references for, like, expressions and vibes. But other than that, I got nothing. I wanted to leave it up to them. Last step, big mama for a follow. We'll see. I feel like probably what's going to happen is they will be more likely to follow me once I have actually gone through with the re-debut and like the soft rebranding. So maybe by then I will finally get the follow back and I'll be like, yes. Yes! Validation. Maybe even a proper retweet. Well, part of the stuff that I agreed to was that they would be allowed to post it publicly for their portfolio, so at the very least, whether or not they follow me, they will still post about me. And I'll get to be like, look, they acknowledge I exist! Hopefully some mama-made fan art. That would be a dream come true. Getting to get fan art from my mama. I would cry. I'd truly be so happy. Happiest girl on the internet. But like, I'm not going to expect it. You will get fan art? Yeah, from other artists. But, like, specifically getting fan art from, like, my mama or, like, you know, other artists thinking that my design is cool. Then your first mama comes out of the woodwork and it turns into Jerry Springer. I would really hope that it does not cause any drama. I'm not trying to cause any drama, you know what I mean? Just a crumb, mama, please. Mama drama, as they say. Wait, I had a daughter. Oh my god, I'd cry. No, they know I exist. She would probably see that and go, who? I'd cry. I told you guys about the jump scare I had when we were having one of our last meetings with management, right? Where they had this list of all of the assets that I was going to be able to keep using once I went indie. And, like, artists that had, like, confirmed that it was okay or hadn't confirmed. And my mama's was listed in, like, red. It was, like, highlighted in red. And I was like, oh god, they're going to tell me I don't have the rights to use my model when I go indie. And it's over. And so we were going through, like, the meeting, and in my head I was like smiling and nodding externally, but internally I was just like, when are they going to break the news to me that I can't use my motherfucking model? So then we get to the end and they're like, do you have any questions for us, Yuno-chan? And I was like, can I ask why my artist mama's email is highlighted in red on the list of assets that I can keep? And they were like, oh, no, I'm so sorry, that was just something that I did. You're okay. It's still okay. And I was like, okay. Thank you, because I was about to piss my pants. I was so scared. P and Juno would have gone hard. If that happened, I probably would have panic talked to Kaya, and I probably would have had Kaya draw me a temp PNG that I could use. Or, like, maybe a really shitty, like, low-quality model. We would have had to have a super emergency, donathon to get me a new model ASAP, should that have happened. But I was very scared. I had a moment where I was like, it might literally be over. I know that my mama wasn't really communicating, but, like, it might actually be over if they've decided that they don't want to say anything. But no, they explained what the terms actually were, and everything was okay. The only way that I would have not been allowed to use the model would have been if my mama had replied to their email within that certain time window and been like, no. But, that didn't happen, so we're okay. I had just been scared. I had been scared of that happening. Just because of how everything looked on the document when they were screen sharing it to me, I was just like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Rebrand as puntable. Well, this is me now.
Hi, I have decided that because I'm not allowed to use my previous model, I must stay as puntable forever. As such, the channel will be rebranding to Puntable Chi Pantaburu, bracket, no affiliation bracket.
That would have been my entire brand for the entirety of forever. You know, haha, I'm a danger meme. Literally me. I was so scared. But we're good. But all of that said, while I am still allowed to use the original model, part of me wanting to rebrand with a new mama is just for, like, consistency's sake, and, like, you know, I want, like, the fresh start. I love my OG model very, very much. I hold nothing personal towards it or towards my original mama, but especially for the sake of communication, I have someone who I can talk to that knows Japanese versus somebody who knows fluent Korean, and communicating with my OG mama in Korean would have been a headache. Because I don't know any Korean. I literally know none. So I would have just been, like, extreme suffering time. I can translate Korean for you. Well, I appreciate it. Debell time? Yeah, and then I would have died. It's just better being able to, like, write out how I feel to somebody who, like, natively knows the language. Because then they can, like, handle the intricacies for me. And this is something I discussed with said friend, too. Was, like, you know, they want me to have a genuine connection with my mama, so they felt that me sending the messages to them and having them translate it and keep all the nuance would, like, help me develop a stronger relationship with my mama, versus if, like, I had had them just do all of the communicating from the very beginning. This allows it to feel more authentic between me and my new mama, so hopefully, they like me more. I mean, I keep saying it, but I think that I already have a pretty good standing with my mama because I'm going to be the first daughter. And of course, that does mean that I hope for things like interactions and fan art and stuff. I'd love it if my mama would promo me sometimes. But I'm not looking for that specifically. It's not like I reached out and was like, good, I have this artist, I will get clout. It's more just, you know, having a mama who I can communicate with to be like, can we change this? Can I work on with you on this? More directly, it will just be, like, more beneficial for me, in my opinion. Well, that's all about the artist. Figuring out Papa is going to be difficult. And like I said, I would like to ask Spiral, but I have to wait until more stuff with the design is finished before I could approach him. But because I know that his pricing tends to be pretty expensive, there's a high chance it will either be super crazy, and we'll have to try and figure out how to crowdfund it for that, or I will have to look for a rigger with a slightly better price. Like, I feel bad saying, because I do really like Spiral's work, but I don't know. I don't want to ask too much of you guys, because we're already asking for a lot with, the model art stuff. Like, this is already a lot. So, I'd feel bad if I had to suddenly ask you for, like, the exact same amount just to, like, rig a single model. So, I don't know. Maybe a certain healer? Maybe. I don't know if Nami has that kind of time. I don't know if anyone has that kind of time. Since it is already expensive, just go big or go home. I suppose that's true. It's just that, like, how do I word this? I get what you're saying. I do think that since this is probably going to be, like, the one thing that I get as in terms of new models for, like, a long time, it would make sense to just kind of go for it. But I'm still thinking. There are options. I've been looking into other, like, live 2D riggers as well. And I have also thought about asking people like Nami or people like Kaya who have also volunteered. But I don't want to take too much advantage of, like, a free or discounted service either. So I don't know. I'm just like... I'm taking it one day at a time, I guess, is the best way to put it. But I can't get a quote on the rig until I at least have a finished design. I think a homie discount is okay to take. Hi, Toboy Carbide. This is true. I do love me a homie discount. As long as I can still support the homies. Hey. Suddenly, Yuno starts learning to do rigging herself. So true. If I'm scared of spending money, time to learn. No, I feel like I would not be able to handle live 2D. I've like glimpsed the program when I've watched Kaya do some rigging before, and I was just like, oh god. I don't think I can handle any of these values. What does any of this mean? 2 FPS wiggles, let's go. Let's go! The lag! But yeah, we'll see. Ultimately, I would at least like to figure out what my papa's price would be. And then if I really feel like I can't afford it, I will regroup and figure out somewhere else to go for it. Watching Nami do it was like watching Space Magic, right? It's crazy. I do not understand. And they just like intrinsically know what values to like fix and tweak. When I first got the Yuno model, I was like trying so hard to get certain things to work. And then when I finally met Kaya, and I was like, hey Kaya, do you know anything about like model stuff? And she was like, oh yeah, I rig models. And I was like, oh you do? Can you help me? And then she was like so magical. She saw like what was happening with my mouth forms and was like, yeah, you have to tweak this value. And I was like, oh. So I was very impressed. People who understand the magic, not me. What are Nami's rates? I don't remember if she ever said like a price list. I think when she first brought it up, she said that she was willing to do it like discounted / free, but didn't mention anything about what her actual prices are. And Melon has also said free to me. So I'm just like, I appreciate it, but I don't know. Friends never let friends do stuff for free. Exactly. I need to stuff money in their direction. Even if it's just me buying them something on Throne or whatever. What's the one thing on Throne you want me to buy for you, bestie? Please. I have to give you something. Let me in. Smashing my wallet against the door. Free asterisk expensive dinner. I'm literally the same. I don't need much in exchange for doing writing for somebody. You can give me a little bit of money if you'd like, but otherwise, I'm just like, you could buy me food and I'd be fine with that too. Bestie, here's the plushie you had on Throne. Me, for real. I mean, just get you a little gift. You deserve at least some form of a little treat. Let me get that for you, girl. You know? And even if that's it, like, at least it would feel like I gave them something in return for the hard work. But I also know that some friends can be quite, insistent about doing things for free. So it's hard. It's a hard balance. Payment via monthly supply of tendies. Well, that's the current wish. But I think the problem is if it became a monthly supply, there's a chance I would get tired of the tendies eventually, which maybe would be good for me in the long run. Sometimes I feel bad because I love being employed for money, then other people do things for free. No, I get you, but there's nothing wrong with asking for money. I feel like the most that I'm able to do is, like, offer a discount when it comes to working with friends. Like, at least with me and Kaya, I am aware of Kaya's, like, work ethic and the things that she's capable of, so I'm okay with doing, like, trade for trade, where, like, I write her a thing, she then does a thing for me in exchange. But, like, with other friends, I just offer, like, a friend discount. And I'm just like, normally my rate would be this, but for you it can be this. Slap me a single bill and we're good to go. But, like, there's never anything wrong with even asking friends for money. I feel like it is also important to do that, because, like, we all be struggling. It's rough out here. Have you seen the shape that the world is in? You can ask for money. I get it. But it does depend on the friendship. Because it is definitely different depending on, like, the friendship that you have with a person. We all need that dirty, dirty money to survive. Correct. Very true, very correct. But luckily, you know, I am willing to provide for friends when I am able. I'll figure it out. I have to look into stuff still. This all boils down to I'm going to look into it. I'll figure it out. I have, like, a timeline for when I would like to debut the model, depending on how quickly things with my mama finish up. So depending, we might have to get another sponsor bar up here that's also for the rig. So that I can at least start working on a payment for the rigging. Because with most rigging, I think they expect you to do, like, half and half. So maybe as I progress further with the art, I'll set up something for rigs that it'll run simultaneously after I pick a papa. It's just that, like, Spiral's rigs are very, very expensive. If you guys are okay with me fundraising for that high of an amount, then we can go for it, but... Rig up front was 50 up front, 50 later? Huh? Did you only spend 100? Eh. That's crazy. Percent? Okay. Percent? I was like, 50 up front? For what? Where's the percent? Okay. I understand now. Rig was $5. Man, I love that for you. Now that's a friend discount. Thought you were doing a bit. My brain was not processing. I saw 50 up front, 50 later, and I assumed that that was dollars. My bad. That's on me. But yeah, that's what I figured too, 50-50. I actually don't know what Spiral's TOS is though. I guess I could check it. One of the benefits is that Spiral's page is always like up, even if they're not necessarily taking commissions right now. So I can at least take a peek at the TOS. What a steal. I would not trust a rig that was that cheap, to be honest. That's why I was stunned for a second. I got stun locked, but then in my head I was just like, I mean, I guess if it was a friend discount. But then I was like, that's a crazy friend discount. Help. Unfortunately, I'm head empty. Friend discount of 95%. Hey, you never know. Like I said, there are some friends that get very stubborn about not taking money. Maybe that's the only way it would work out. $100, the friend is sleeping on your couch and eating your nuggies. Basically. Yeah, okay. So the base price for Spiral honestly isn't that bad. For like a full body rig. The problem then becomes all of the extras. Because Spiral charges extra fees for like every individual use of a thing. So it like adds up a lot. I remember the last time I looked at this, I was like, oh man. For the stuff that I want, it does add up. Extras for like the wiggle? Sort of. Kind of. Technically, a lot of the body movement is in the base package, but there's like extra things for like expressions. They charge different prices for whether an expression is simple or advanced. Advanced would be if it was animated. Then they have a price for like toggles for like clothing parts, and then hair toggles are separate. Poses. Mouth X. All that like fun stuff. And then depending on the time frame from when I am accepted for a commission, there's also like an increased fee, because that would make it a rush fee at some point. Do they have repeat customer discounts? I can look. Scrolling around. The only thing it mentions about return clients is you get like some form of priority for a slot. But that's not guaranteed. There's like very slight priority. It doesn't look like anything about coming back for changes or like adding features. so I don't think so. I think whatever I want, I have to ask for up front. And that's okay. Oni discounts? No Oni discounts, sadly. I wish. Maybe in another life. But it's okay. Why you're on discounts? I like how we're just going through the list. Please, there has to be something. Must pay the wiggle tax, indeed. It's okay. Yeah, the thing is I can't price a lot of this right now because I don't have the base design. So, like, I kind of know some things about how I want these to look, but I don't know the extent of, like, how it will shape up for, like, what I need to ask for, so I cannot price this right this second. However, if we assume, like, full end for a rig, and then if I add, like, the bare minimum of, like, even if I just ignore, like, expression toggles for right now to focus on the stuff that I know my model is gonna have. We're probably looking at, like... I don't know if I want to say a price, because, like, again, this is making a lot of assumptions. Because it could technically be more depending on, like, if they think that my model is complex. But, like, if I were to give a conservative estimate based on what I feel like might be included in the model and some other stuff that I'm aware of behind the scenes, we might be looking at another... I want to say 4,000? Looking at this? Ugh. Ouchie! Ow! Yeah, probably. And that's just for the one model. Never mind the fact that I am working on 2 simultaneously. Hi. Ohinaki, welcome in. Ouchie. But it would be worth it. And, like, if we assume that it's, like, partial payments, I could probably pay, like, less of that up front, and then the other part would be due later, like, when the rigging is finished. Which is fine. It's honestly not that bad. It's just, you know, thinking about the models being worked on simultaneously, I'm just like... Become a VTuber, they said. Hi, I don't know why everybody is saying hello. Ohinaki. Oh, right, I guess it's because it's the title of the stream. Ohinaki. Need the translation on those Oni noises? I don't know what they mean either. I just made them. Hi. Do that wow wow okay again? Okay, I'll try.
Wow 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 wow. Wow 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 wow.
It do be like that. Hi, I'm new. I believe it. I can tell by the member badge next to your name. Very cute. Thank you. I try. It's wild but dollars instead of women. Yeah. You do be making a lot of cute unit noises. Thank you. Streamer am new. You guys can't say that with the badge next to your name. Can I take it home? But yeah, if I were to give a conservative estimate for what I would need for the model, it would probably be another 4,000. So... We're struggling out here. Were you gonna believe us or Neil? You know what? So true. I would sooner believe you over Neil. New too, first time here. You know, that's fair. You know what? Understandable. You're so real for that. Second time here. Wow. I'm so glad you liked it well enough to come back. I'm new here. Your chat infected my username with this purple virus thing. Please help. It says I need a passkey. Sorry. I'm not familiar with tech stuff. I can't help you. Now that that's settled, please jingle the keys. I totally didn't know you have. Please. Why are you like this? Without constant stimulation, I will die. Hold on. It's already in use. Where? There, is that better? Okay, apparently it is. Here. Puntable's not here to yell at you for holding on to them, so go crazy. Eat keys? You can't instantly put them in your mouth. God. You realize Puntable eats those all the time, right? Do you know where her mouth's been? Exactly. Yeah, that's why I'm surprised. That makes it better. Ew! Do not share germs with the child. With Puntable? I don't know if you want that. I mean, I guess if you find it charming to smooch a baby. She has cooties. On the forehead? I guess that's fair. We're VTuber watchers, we're not spoiled for choice. I beg to differ. Do you know how many VTubers are streaming live right now? Probably somewhere. You have options. But you've chosen to be here. I guess that's because the keys are here. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Look at the keys. Oh my god, the keys. Wow, wow, keys. I heard keys. God damn it. Let's guide you back to me. Thank you for being a member for 8 months. This is what you become a member for. Yeah, it's the keys. Here's the keys. Look at them jingle. Rattle, 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 rattle. Rattle, 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 rattle. Wait, hold on. Can I find... I need to know something. I need to know something. Hold on. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want either. YouTube doesn't know what I mean when I say that I want, like, a baby toy sound. The keys are doing their job? Yeah, I'm sure. I don't have to worry about you guys for a few minutes. We could just use an authentic jingle. It's not the same because these keys are plastic and would not jingle, but we could just do this. Okay, wait, I have to time this so that I can move them. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Did you like that? Did you like it?
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
Now, you were being a member for 14 months. Dude, Maeda approves of those keys. You have no idea how happy that made me. This is all like plastic. I just said that! I can't find a plastic key sound, because when I try to look it up, I just get normal key jingling. We work with what we have, okay? One-san's trying her best. Need to go to Goodwill to buy plastic keys for future bits. Do better! What the hell? I'm never giving you keys ever again. You guys are so ungrateful. I give you keys the one time. Yeah, you see this little Dominachi? Do you see the keys? You looking at the keys, buddy? You looking at the keys? Looking at the keys? He's more excited about it than you guys were. Telling me you do not have a set of plastic toy keys ready for the immersion? Yeah, no, because I'm not crazy! The $20 you're getting for this big job worth it for the trouble. It's something. Boy, is it something. Alright, hold on. Let me see if I can, like, Google it. Plastic key. Jingle. No, I guess toy key. Toy key? Wow, there's a 10-hour key jingling compilation. This is literally made for you guys. Like, I can find the actual toys, but I can't find the sound effect. Come on, man. Someday, maybe I will have to do a stream where I play that 10-hour key jingling. And then it's literally just me. I'm, like, not even on screen. You don't even need my presence. I just won't even be on screen. I'll just have the key PNG, and I'll just wiggle it in time to the key sound effect for the 10 hours. Because apparently that's all it takes for people to be entertained. And it'll probably be my most successful stream ever. It would be a work stream? What do you mean by this? Absolute cinema. Very true. That would be very cinema. Give thighs with the keys 5 million watch hours in 5 days. Alright. Bet. Say less. Whatever works at this point because algorithm. I don't know if the algorithm would really pick that up though. That's the real concern. Keys are a key to success. No. People want to say that it is because they want an excuse to make me keep using the keys, but no. It'll go crazy on YouTube Kids, but I don't stream for kids. I specifically tag all of my streams as not for children. And yet somehow all of you end up in here. Are you lying about your ages to Mr. YouTube? Have you not been telling Mr. Neil your real age? They might catch me. I'm only 2 seconds old. Makes sense. My mom said it's okay to lie on the internet. YouTube Kids don't have monetization either. Wow, I'd fit right in. No, no, no. I wouldn't actually. Counterpoint, it is ethically correct to lie to Neil. I mean, if you're lying directly to Neil... Well, I can't condone that technically because I'm trying to get my YouTube monetization. But, like, I get what you're saying. I'm Twitch appropriate age, and what is this? Oh, right! I totally forgot that if you say that you're under the recommended age for Twitch, it'll, like, auto-ban your account and, like, send you to oblivion. Good thing we are currently on YouTube, and we don't have to worry about that here. Could you imagine if they implemented that auto-ban on YouTube? So many channels would just blow up instantly. Part of me kind of wants that to happen, because it would be so funny. It's like the Rapture, but with every person under 13.
I'm like 9.
But anyway. Poor Nene got bunked on Twitch for making a joke in her own chat. Yeah, I saw, because she didn't think it was true, and then she did it and was like, what the heck? It was so funny. I felt so bad for her, but it was so funny. I can't say I'm 12 and what is this? I know, that's truly the nightmare. Not being able to make the joke is so fricked up. But I guess that's because so many people were, like, actually getting real 12-year-olds saying that it caused a problem. Mon sent him to the ball pit for 8 years. I'm actually for real 12 because you instantly die. No, they're going to the void. 12-year-old jail. Basically toddler prison. Back in my day, being 12 on the internet was fine because moderation didn't exist yet. I know, right? I was definitely 12 and in spaces I should not have been in. On one hand, it builds character. On the other hand, definitely shouldn't have been there. I'm glad that moderation exists now. Like, I'm on both hands of of it, because, like, I grew up fine, but also, I know for a fact I should not have been in those environments, and I do not think that other young kids should have been in those environments. I care a lot about the safety of kids on the internet these days, but I also think, like, the internet has somehow managed to get worse than it was when I was young. On the one hand, it builds character. On the other hand, it builds trauma. I grew up fine, says the VTuber. Hey! That doesn't mean anything. There are plenty of well-adjusted individuals who are also VTubers. I'm not the best example, but I'm a example. Name 3? Fuck. I don't know their names off the top of my head. But I know that there's a VTuber who's, like, actively a doctor. And then there's, like, there was another one that's, like, actually a real lawyer. And then there's another one who's, like, a super accomplished mechanical engineer, but I don't remember their name either. But she didn't name anyone from Kawaii. To be fair, it's because I don't really know a lot of the Kawaii girls' careers. That's not really something we talk about. Are they in this room with us? Not this room. But they're on the internet. Careers unemployed. A couple have master's degrees. This is indeed true. Have master's degrees. I think some also want to pursue master's degrees. Don't talk about each other's careers. Yeah, it was just kind of something like that never really came up. I mean, I imagine it's because there are some people who just want to keep it private. When you're a VTuber, it can be kind of hard to talk too much about, like, the things that you do in the outside world. So for some people, they probably prefer to keep it, like, private. We talk about the master degree havers, more specifically the who that have them. It do be like that. Sounds like you all work boring day jobs. Well, I assume some of them do. I am a full-time content creator, so I do not have a boring day job. I think everyone else might have a boring day job, but I don't know. Like I said, it's not really something we actively discussed a lot. After today, -1 on the day job havers. Oh, oh right, yeah. I saw that he already submitted her 2 weeks. Congratulations to her. I did know that that was something she was planning for a while. Big step. Big scary step. I'm very proud that she was able to do it. You guys better take good care of her now that she's going to be dedicating more of her time to you. Things are neat. Shut the hell up! I have education! I can't be a neat. I'm a hiki. There's a difference. Neat, you know, but she has a bachelor's. But that means that I can't be a neat because I have education. I'm a hikikomori. I don't go outside. You can't be a NEET if you do have education. You have to be an educator, the NEET still applies? No, it literally doesn't! I thought NEET refers to what you currently are in. No. Mocha! Welcome in! Hi guys, hello raiders. For those of you who might not know me,
I am Yuno Hanaki. I am the one and only Oiran of the small, indie trio Mialoon. I am a previous corporate VTuber gone indie. I'm a variety streamer. I mostly do a lot of yapping stuff. I sometimes do writing stuff. I sometimes do voice acting. I play lots of games. Yeah. Comfy coded, we'll go with that. Stop saying I'm a neat! You know what I've been thinking? Maybe you start your intro welcome to raids way too soon. But when I get the notification, that means they're in. The reason you think it's too soon is because I have it set so that people who aren't subscribed can't chat for like a minute. So that's kind of on me. I wanted to avoid people being icky, like coming into chat and being really mean all of a sudden, like because they weren't subscribed. So I have it set so that new people can't chat unless they've been subscribed for like a minute. So if new people want to chat, they have to subscribe, but I still appreciate the raid. Yeah, see? Removes a lot of bots and spammers. Yeah, I set it to only a minute because I figured that that's short enough and people can still like send a raid if they want, a raid message if they want to. But that's why it seems like it's slow. Or like I'm too fast. I'm greeting them before they can send their message, but I know that they are here, and I still appreciate the raid. You're a neat? I mean, I guess you can call me a neat right now, but I guess I'm a combination hikikomori and neat. I feel like I identify more with hikikomori than neat, though. If we count self-employment as still being unemployed, then I guess that I am still a neat. Not a neat because you're self-employed? Yeah, exactly. I have education and I am self-employed, so technically I'm not a neat. If I was truly a neat, I would not be working. I'd be living off of, like, unemployment checks, which I've never actually gotten in my life. So, never ever. But that's because when I tried to apply, they rejected me because I applied too early. Can you believe that shit? I love the government. I'm lying. Not a need from the official definition, not for the education thing. Google says you have to be actively in education. Fair enough, I guess. But I tried to call... I was talking about, like, being a neat once, and somebody said that it didn't count because I already have an education. Goodbye, bot. Look, it be like that sometimes. But yeah, no, I've said it before. I did actually have a normie office lady job at one point. I, like, worked full-time as an editor for a company on, like, internal articles and documents and stuff. And when they let me go at the start of a new year, it was literally right after the holidays, mind you. The first day we came back to work, I got let go. Love that for me. So I got let go right away, and they told me, they, like, gave me the information to apply so that I could start collecting unemployment. And I did that, and then I was doing my due diligence, and I was reporting all of the efforts I was putting into job searching for like the first few months. And I was reporting it very actively. I was paying as much attention as I could. And then I finally get back the report, and they're like, yeah, we can't give you unemployment for all of the months that you've been unemployed because you applied way too early. You have to wait at least 6 months before you can count yourself as being unemployed. And I was like, what do you mean? Because I was told by my employer that I could apply as soon as possible so I could start getting unemployment so that I wouldn't, you know, die because I don't have an income anymore. Cool. Cool. And then after that, I did not bother to reapply. I was like, alright, you can suck an egg then. And I just gave up.
And that was when I decided I was going to try and start applying to become a corporate VTuber, because I was like, I can make money indie, sure, but like, what if I just tried to aim for being corporate? And then I tried for a long time, and I didn't become corporate until I joined Kawaii, and then Kawaii crashed after about a year. And so, cool. Epic. Yeah. Such is the life I have lived up to this point. You're being replaced by Grammarly. To be honest, I do think I was the first of several layoffs that happened on my team because the company had already been debating if our team was even useful. Because, like, we had a ton of writers on staff, but we were a very small team of editors. There were only, like, 9 of us. Or 10. 9 or 10. Versus, like, 70 to 80 writers. Not counting our freelancers, who were also another, like, 40. So we had a lot on our plates, and upper management was always getting very mad that we were not pumping out articles at the speed of light. So we were kind of in danger of having our whole department axed anyway. I got axed before the department got axed, but I think we were probably due to die anyway. That meant your team needed more personnel. I was specifically told during my meeting when they let me go that they thought that I just wasn't going to be happy with the increased demand for more pieces, because I had just managed to increase my output, and they were like, we have to increase it again, and it took you so long to get to this current output level. You will be very unhappy if you have to start, like, grinding and increasing how many you put out again. So we're just going to let you go to make that easier. And I was just like, okay, I see. Like, they didn't even have faith that I would be able to shape up. It be how it does. See, we're all getting replaced by Grammarly? I mean, basically. They're already having us use the Grammarly plugin for a lot of our editing work. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they, like, fully shifted over to just using Grammarly or, like, other AI shit. AI spell checkers. They let you go because you're going to be unhappy. Yeah, they basically thought that I wasn't going to be able to meet the new expectations because it took me so long to increase my output again, that they didn't want me to have to go through it another time. They said that they were doing it for my own happiness. They were like, you probably won't be happy here if you were to try to stay. And I was like, okay, I would be happy because I had a salary, but if you say so. And so I was let go. And then all that fuckery happened with unemployment, and I was just like, I'm not dealing with that shit again. Because after I got rejected, I would have had to be reporting my efforts to find a job for another 6 months. Did you at least get a nice severance? I got all of my remaining vacation time paid to me as severance. And I do think they gave me, like, the last month's salary as well. So it was like a combination of my expected salary and then the vacation days that I would have had going into the new year. It was alright. And I had, like, a little bit of savings, because I was actually making enough at that job that I could have, like, a savings account, which is crazy. So I was okay for like, a few months after, but it got really dicey. How are you supposed to live for 6 months without making money? Die, I guess. I really don't know what they expected from me. Like, I was reporting it for months. It should have been very obvious that, like, I didn't have a job for 6 months, so that's why I was applying to places. That's why I applied for unemployment. But they were just like, you applied too early. Sorry. So I would have had to wait another 6 months and, like, then reapply. And I was just like, no, I'm not doing all that again. Do you know how annoying it is to have to painstakingly report what jobs you applied to and how you failed the applications? That shit sucks. It makes you feel very inadequate. It makes you feel like everything is your fault, because if you have to say why you got rejected or, like, why it didn't advance, you have to be like, I think I didn't advance because XYZ reason. Like, you have to tell them why you're a freaking failure. Or why you think you're a failure, and that's why you didn't get called back or get the job. Yuck. It's not fun. I will say that in the interim, like, after I had that, like, 6 months of agony with unemployment, I did get a bunch of, like, random freelance contractor gigs, so I wasn't completely out to dry, but I was, like, in and out of different contracts with, like, different companies, and I was, like, really struggling while I was auditioning to VTuber agencies. So I was very happy when things worked out with Kawaii, because I could finally stop having to, like, rely on contract stuff. I was still technically working as a freelancer, but I was doing something I loved a lot more. So that made me very, very happy. I got asked, why are all the jobs you're applying to in the same industry? Gee, it's almost like my experience only lets me work in one industry. God forbid. Yeah, I keep getting told to diversify a lot, too, by, like, my family who still doesn't really understand how VTubing makes money. They're just like, well, why don't you just apply to, like, this at-home customer service job? Or, like, this at-home whatever job. And I'm just like, you don't understand. You don't understand. If I work in an industry I don't like, I will perish. It'll be very hard for me. But also my degree doesn't really allow for much. Downside of niche degrees, right? Is that, like, there just aren't really places that really work with that. Never do that. I did it once. It was horrible. It seems awful. The ones that I did look into out of, like, fits of desperate, like, desire for money was, like, you know, getting you'd have to, like, get a PC through them. You'd have to have, like, a designated workspace. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, welcome in, guys. Hope you had a good stream.
I am yapping about, job stuff. I apologize. Couldn't you still get rejected for being overqualified? That did actually happen to me. I applied to a local grocery store, and they literally rejected me because I was overqualified. And I remember I told that to Onimama, and Onimama was like, that can't be true. That can't be something that happens. And I was like, au contraire, mi mama. It did in fact happen. It literally happened. And the funny thing is that I was applying to the grocery store because they needed a writing position. They wanted someone to, like, write their internal rule books and, like, their documents and stuff. And that's something that I could do if I had the, like, references. So I applied to that, like, I can write, I can do that. And they were like, sorry, you're overqualified. And I was like, it's a writing position. Don't you want a writer? What the fuck? Crazy. They're worried that you'll leave if they deny you based on that. Yeah, probably. That's what I hear when it comes to that kind of thing. They're always worried that, like, someone who has the college degree is going to want to leave to somewhere that better fits their degree. They want someone who will, like, be willing to stay long-term. And granted, to them, yeah, I probably would not have stayed long-term. But I wish more companies weren't so preoccupied with that. Like, yeah, I probably would not stay forever, but I would at least stay for a few years. Just so I could build up money to leave. It's a surprising thing. I met another student with 2 PhDs and she kept getting turned down for that very reason. Yeah, it's so fricked up. There's just, like, you know, so many things, even against people that are super qualified. But then, like, conversely, there's still that expectation of needing a college degree for a lot of jobs now, even jobs that you don't think need it. You really can't win. Too worried you'll ship Rule 3 with Rule 4. That'd be wild. But yeah, I don't know. I got really frustrated with the job market for quite a long time. So I was in and out of contract gigs until Kawaii picked me up. And Kawaii was just a longer contract gig, all things considered. Maybe with the recent openings it'd be better now? You would think, but probably not. Everywhere I look, most places, at least for my field, are just looking for me to proofread stuff written by AI. Like, if I were to look for more editing jobs, almost all of them are looking for me to edit stuff that an AI spits out. And I'm just like, I'm good, thanks. And when I was desperate for work before joining Kawaii, yeah, I actually was working some of those jobs. I did work for some of the big AI companies editing the AI slop text that was being generated to make sure that it sounded believable, make sure that it sounded accurate, that it was following the database and it was accurately answering the prompts. I did all that shit. I am probably part of the reason why AI became good, to an extent. Because I had no other options for work. But boy, did I hate those jobs. New grad, got my degree in May, have to pass the national board and state law board to get registered. Scheduled in late August. Had a Burger King not call me back after an interview. It really do be like that. You'll be remembered when the robots take over. I hope the robots still like me back by then. I was only ever nice whenever I had to test the robots out. Everybody else was trying to be, like, really aggressive and mean so that they could get the robot to break because they thought that was more fun. But I did not want the AI to remember me as being evil. So I was constantly like, hi, can you please give me an answer to meh. I'm just being very polite. Very demure, very mindful towards the AI so that they won't fucking murder me during the AI apocalypse. But yeah. So no, I worked for a couple of those companies that are responsible for training the big, icky AI clients. It's also part of why I'm anti-AI now, because I've seen firsthand not just how scary the AI programs can be and how, like, awful they can be at the same time. I've also seen how the companies that run them are fucking icky. And it's not good. They really do need to proofread the AI. I saw on Twitter people finding certainly here's portions in published text. Yep. That's because they do have to train the model to make sure that it, like, clarifies that it is a model. And also certain iterations are only trained for, like, a few years worth of knowledge. They can't draw from knowledge from, like, really old publications, so sometimes information will also be quite dated. Anyways, long story short, even if I were to start looking for more full-time positions now, which I don't really want to do because my ultimate goal is to still make content creation full-time, even if I were to look now, I feel like most of the jobs are still going to be geared towards, like, editing AI dribble. Or, like, refining AI prompts. The thing is, it doesn't even stick with just editing. Part of the reason I'd get so annoyed is because I would join to edit, and then they would still have me write prompts. And I'm just like, no, that's not what I'm here for. You hired me to edit, I'm here to edit. I've only been here less than a month. You can't give me a new job. You can't give me a new job in the middle of the job I'm still training for. Stop. They want you to wear too many hats. And then they wouldn't train you properly. Which is going to be a short-term job anyways, because the market is saturated right now. Yeah, because they keep getting people to do freelance work that you just pick up whenever you're available. And then the minute they have a bunch of people filling a bunch of prompts, they're just like, well, now the project's over, you have to wait until the next one's ready. It's just an endless cycle of being in and out of contracts, really. It's very stupid. Not the best market. But then, of course, because those are some of my more recent job history things, I go to find new jobs and all of the job recommendations are things in the same field, and I'm just like, ugh. Or it's jobs where they require you to have, like, actual, like, published work and, like, certifiable experience in certain fields, and I'm just like, I can't really share my VTuber work because I do it under a pen name, so what do I do here? It's rough. But it's fine. Should push ever come to shove, I will maybe consider getting another full-time job, but if anything, I might sooner go to, like, a grad school. I might sooner just go back to school and get, like, a graduate degree in a field that I can actually make use of. Because technically, if you're going to school to get, like, a master's or whatever, it doesn't have to be in the same thing that you studied for your bachelor's. So if I want, I could get a master's in something that's slightly more useful. Smile. A job I might be willing to do for fun once, just to see the horrors what the AI can say. At the same time, what a hassle. It's more hassle than it's worth. But they do purposefully have you check, like, the scary things that it generates. So you have to be okay with, like, kind of gruesome, violent text, depending on what you're being asked to examine. I've heard stories from, like, other contractors who were not treated very nicely, that they were exposed to, like, a lot of, like, really intense, like, triggering content. And, you know, part of the job is to flag that it's giving triggering responses, but still having to be exposed to a lot of that for, like, sometimes hours on end, depending on how much work you're sitting down and doing, is really rough. Become a teacher? I don't know, maybe. I get nervous at the idea of, like, teaching people. I would maybe consider being, like, a high school or college professor rather than going into, like, younger education. I don't know what I was thinking when I thought I could handle childhood education. Back when I was on my child development kick, I don't know what I was thinking. But being a childcare provider might not be bad either. I prepared you perfectly for us, though. Yeah. I create, like, a alternate account that you guys won't find unless you also have children, where it's like, I'm a new VTuber. I'm not Yuno, but, like, I'm a whole new VTuber, and I'm basically, like, the VTuber equivalent of a Miss Rachel, where, like, I make kids content. I am the kid VTuber. That's part of my graduate thesis. Will unknowingly sub to it. Unknowingly, as if you aren't purposefully going to be looking for VTubers that shake the keys. Childcare, back to the roots. I saw VTubers oriented for kids here in Latin America and they make money. Really? Interesting. We were just talking about how YouTube Kids isn't really monetized, though. I don't know, that was just a joking idea. But I could definitely see myself making a VTuber project be part of, like, my grad thesis, because it's pretty much all I know how to do. All I know how to do is VTube. And make a content. A singular one, not multiple, just one. One content. But who knows? I've thought about it. Like, there was a time where I was, like, actively looking into grad school, so I still get emails all the time from all these different programs that are like, oh, come have a consultation with us. Come with your, like, materials and we'll, like, give you an assessment. And I've always just been like, I don't know, maybe. Maybe. But it's always like, do I want to go back to school actually for my career, or do I just miss being in a college environment and I want to be in a student environment again? I really loved being a student. If I could just spend my life taking college courses for all of time, I'd probably be a very happy camper. But unfortunately, that is not a job. I wish it was, but it is not a job. Professional student isn't a job. I used to think that it was, but it's not really. There are options to be like a student at large where you just take like 1 or 2 courses a semester so that you're not like there all the time, but you're still taking a course, but it's not technically a job. I want to be in a school setting as a day job, homework and projects I could do without. See, I actually don't mind certain kinds of homework, and I also don't mind certain kinds of projects, but no group assignments. If my role as a professional student was to just do solo projects all the time forever, sign me the hell up. But if part of it is having to test the efficiency of group projects, I'd rather explode. I would rather do literally anything else. But I'm one of those girlies that likes to study. I like being in library environments where I can sit and like read and research. I also like typing ASMR, so I love getting to sit and type papers. That's why being a writing major was really good for me, because it's very solitary. I think I maybe, in the course of like my major courses, I think I only had to do like 3 or 4 group projects. Everything else was just writing papers and making my own solo presentations. Attend classes and learn I can do homework and essays outside of school. I can't. That's fair. It can be very hard to get that sort of stuff done outside of school. I understand it. But I have the training from being a writing major. I'm real used to typing essays. But I don't know. I think about it a lot. I think because I think about it so often, I wonder if I am, like, quite serious about going to grad school, but I don't know. Where I'm at right now, it's hard to really, like, make those kinds of decisions, because grad school does cost a lot of money, so I don't know. As an adult, you kind of lose the practice to do homework and such. That's fair. It's definitely a mindset you have to get back into. I think I could do it, but I would have to make sure that I'm studying something I would be able to, like, commit to. And I have a couple different fields I've been looking at for if I was going to go to grad school that I think I would have enough passion for that I'd be okay with committing, but it's difficult. Somewhere along the line, I lost the ability to write thanks to inconsistent policies and grading. Yeah, I understand that. Time for a new field, get out of the niche. It's hard to, like, fully pivot is the thing. Because, like, I went to school for writing because it's the one thing I felt like I could commit wholly to. I had initially been thinking about, like, just the generic English major when I was in high school and thinking about college, right? I thought that, like, it would just be the generic English major route, and with English majors, you're pretty much force-funneled into becoming a teacher. So I was like, I guess I'm going to become an English teacher. It was only through the specific school that I found that actually focused on creative writing as a major instead of a minor that I was like, hell yeah, I want that. So I committed to that. So it's hard now to, like, think about other stuff that I could do. But, like, I have a few interests that maybe I would pick up. I just don't know if I'd be able to commit to them the same way I did to writing. I understand, like, getting a new skill and, like, diversifying if I'm going to go through with it, but I'm just like, It's so hard to think of something that I like that isn't writing. At least something that I'd be willing to go to school for another couple years for. Because for a master's degree, it's at least another 2, right? So I'd have to be willing to commit for a couple years. It's not really the same as a bachelor's where you can change your major. It's weighing between passion and necessity if I were to comment on your current sit. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
But, like, this is all just, like, forward thinking, I guess. I'm not fully committed to, like, I'm gonna go to grad school, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. It's more just, like, I don't even know if I'm gonna go. But in terms of the job market, I do feel like I would need a different skill to, like, be able to pursue other fields besides the one that I went to school for. It's more like speculation, yeah. It's like, if I were to go, like, if I were to decide that going to grad school is the solution, it's figuring out where I would go from there. I am not a very decisive person. I am the person where if I manage to think of a decision, I will cling to it and be like, this is what I'm doing. I can't face any other options. That even happened when I was applying to colleges in high school. I was just like, this is what I want. And then I got my first choice, and I was like, sick. Goodbye other choices. OniMon, what if you don't go back to school? That did low-key become the topic, huh? So being a normal person. Yes. There's probably a whole different version of me if I had gone to one of the other colleges I got accepted to. Because that college accepting me was actually, like, a pretty big deal, but they only had an English program, and the main school that I wanted to go to, again, had the creative writing major. And since that one accepted me, I was just like, no to other school.
So yeah, I'm not sure.
I have, like, pipe dream ideas for, like, a major. Or, like, a future career path, but I don't know. I'm over 200, so the older I get, the more things feel out of reach. But I guess if you're gonna go for it, you should just commit to whatever you want, right? I'm sure if you can get yourself past being indecisive and taking a jump, you'll know what to do. I can only hope so. I'm just a girl. Ultimately, I still want to do content creation full-time, even if I picked up a desire to go to grad school and a master's degree and, like, another career thing. I feel like it would still always end up second to content creation. It would just kind of be used to supplement content creation, which ultimately I don't think is a terrible way to live. I think that if I had, like, a full-time job that was not content creation, that would allow me to then supplement content creation, that's not a terrible way to live. I just... When I was working the office job, I was trying to do both simultaneously, and it was quite difficult. I kind of went all in on work instead of on my content work. So my content suffered considerably, because I was trying to focus more on my work, because I was getting a salary. So I've always kind of felt like maybe I'm not really good at balancing things. I'd love to make money off of the creative things I write, but it seems really hard to make a living in that. It's... hard is... subjective, kind of. It's... if you want to make a living writing, you have to be willing to accept that your creative, your like, personal creative ideas are going to be butchered. You're never going to be able to publish something in its truest form. Take this as someone who has worked as both a writer and an editor. You're never going to see your baby published in its initial draft form. When you send a piece to an editor in the hopes of getting it published, they might accept it, but they are going to butcher it to hell. It is not going to look the same as when you first drafted it. There are so many amazing ideas that you are going to have to be okay with cutting. You're going to have to be really good at taking that criticism. which can be hard for writers because a lot of writers are like,
No, this is my baby. I can't hurt my baby. I wrote it this way. It needs to stay this way.
and like, that's not going to be very productive. Because a lot of times the editor's job is to suggest alterations and like flat out changes that are necessary in order for a story to become publishable quality. Your editor knows what is needed to make a story stronger and also knows what the market is looking for. So it is their job to help you get your story there and then start like shopping it to publishers to get it published. And like also you might have to be okay with the fact that if you are to be like get a proper like long-term gig where you're going to want more consistent work, you might be asked to write things that you're not really used to writing or things that you're not going to be the most passionate about just because they are what sells. You might have to sacrifice some of your artistic integrity to write something that sells just so that you can get some money for a little while off of the royalties and shit. You have to pick something that you know will make big money. The market doesn't want lemon slop? Oh no, they fucking love lemon shit right now. The amount of ladies that are reading dark romance that are purposefully looking for like edgy smut, you're in the right market for that. It's just that there might be changes that are made to it to make it more palatable to that audience. And then like if you truly want to make a living like writing, you have to be willing to write things that are not creative work. So you could write things like I was saying, my full-time job, I was editing articles that were like all about like ironically enough, I was editing a lot of articles that were about like employment tips, like how to apply for jobs in specific fields. I was editing a lot of articles that were like, here's what working in this job is like, 5 things you need to learn in order to get a job in this field. And obviously I was not trained in any of that information because my background was in creative writing. I only knew how to write fiction. But I basically learned on the job and kind of had to like learn more about those specific fields in order to be able to like properly edit. But you will have to accept that you will not always be writing the thing that you like, especially if you want money, because a lot of times the things that make money are not the things you want to be writing or editing. So, like, yes, it's hard if you purely want to be making money off of your creative work. But if you're willing to make some sacrifices, I think you can eventually get to a point where you're making money pretty consistently. Honestly, a lot of those, like, contract writer jobs or, like, jobs where you're doing technical writing do make decent money. So you could feasibly do it and then just keep, like, working until your creative stuff gets to pick up off the ground as well. But if it's just your creative work, that's where it gets difficult. Especially because of how long, like, a novel or something will have to be shopped. It takes a long time to write a novel to begin with. It then takes a lot of time for a novel to be properly edited. You might have a lot of revisions, a lot of sections, a lot of restructuring. Well, who knows? Maybe eventually. Also, Ohinaki, welcome in. Hope you had a good day at work. I will think some more. Having this big ramble about it has put the idea back in my head of going to grad school. Maybe I will have to, like, look through some of these schools I was looking at before again. I actually think sometime last year I was having a similar crisis about what I wanted to do with my future and about grad school. And I had a lot of, like, long conversations with OniMama about it. If I can figure out a good program, maybe I will consider, like, full-on applying versus just looking at it and signing up for email lists. Really good at signing up for email lists, really bad about following through. I think I followed through with, like, one preliminary meeting for something, and I was just like, I remember they like pointed out that I was wearing my comfy blanket hoodie because I forgot to take it off before the meeting, and I was just like, I'm die now. But that school seemed pretty cool. It was for something different from creative writing, so it could always be an option, I guess. Maybe there's more opportunities now than years ago. That's true. Just gotta look. Just gotta figure out what I want to do. Comfy blankets are a must. Yeah, the interview was happening in winter. I was cold. It's fine. It's okay. Like I said, they didn't really shade me. They just pointed out that I was wearing it, and I was like, ah, frick. I meant to look more professional, but they caught the blanket hoodie on screen. It's over. But we'll see. I do think it might be in the cards, but at the very least, if I do go for it, I might try to find schools that allow me to do it remotely, because I definitely do not have the resources to move right now. To, like, move to a new location to do, like, on-campus learning. So, I don't know about that part yet. We'll have to see. Commit to doing it, it's not enough to just want to. Yeah, I know. Making that choice to commit is the hard part. Because, like, for me, I don't feel like I've committed until I actually put money down. So, I don't know if I will feel like I have committed until I actually pay for a proper application. We'll have to see. I'll go to some of these meetings, perhaps. I'll, like, put work in to, like, really do the research. And then we will see. But I make no promises one way or another. Marry Tamagotchis, we take care of everything for you. Half of you are just as broke as me. I appreciate the sentiment. I'm sure you're just looking for a wife. But, like, y'all are about as broke as me. Let's be for real. Type shit, type shit. It was worth a try. Look, I have to call it as I see it. You guys have to have realistic expectations. Make a living? Yeah, you guys make a living for yourselves. I don't think you make a living that would be able to support another person fully. You'd have to be making a living for two peoples, you know? And not all of you are there, and that's alright. Life is a non-stop oscillation where you're not broke and then rent goes up until you're broke again. I know, right? I feel that. I'm very concerned about what's going to happen once this current contract I have with the box expires. If they raise rent again, I don't know if I can stay here. But I guess it depends on how much they raise it. If it's only a little bit, maybe, but if they keep raising rent, I might not be able to stay in this box much longer, and that stresses me out! I'm not broke, I'm actually rich. If you see me, I'm gonna have some ice soup. Not the ice soup! Right, rent, I have to renew my lease. I am praying that you don't have too much of a rent increase. I am manifesting this for you. Should they increase your rent, may it only be by a few dollars. Don't be like me, where it went from being one price to basically increasing by, like, 150 in less than a year. I won't tell you what my actual rent price is, but it had been a certain price for years, and then it got taken over by a new management company, and they increased it by $150 within a year, and both me and Onimama were like, what the fuck? No, not 150%! $150! Doll hairs! USD. Sorry, Onigashima standard dollars. OSD. Yeah, it was scary. The next time they had us sign a contract, though, they were like, it can stay the current price for the next 2 years. And I was like, okay, cool. That's nice. And then, so that contract's about to expire. So we're going to see what it says come... I'm guessing they're gonna ask me about it in, like, summer. Because the contract needs to be renewed by October, because October is when it expires. So they're probably gonna ask me in the summer. We'll have to see. One bedroom apartment here in LA is 2K USD. This is a 2-bedroom. Not in LA. But I don't really know if I feel comfortable talking about my rent on a public stream. At least not the exact numbers. I can talk about the increase, kind of, but I don't know if I like talking about the actual rent. Rent amount. I don't want to place an expectation, you know? I will say, though, this place is a 2-bed. It's intended for 2 people to live in. So it's gonna be expensive because it's intended for 2. And I am a 1. Rent amount, money, yes. Her rent is at least $1. Well, you know it's at least 150 because it went up 150. So maybe it's 151. You don't know. God, I fucking wish. Rent? Too much. Yeah. Maybe they were paying you to live there, if only. Knock a wall down and make it a 1. That would have to be a really big one. That'd be a really big 1-bedroom. Anyways. Rent is too dang high. You're telling me, and I feel like it's only going to start getting higher. But it's whatever. I am unfortunately resigned to this life. It be how it do. Am I alright? What do you mean? That's a very broad question. What are we asking? Big bedroom means we finally get the ring fit straight. I mean, silver linings, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. She's a VTuber, of course she isn't alright. Hey! Don't speak as if you know the state of my brain. Maybe I am fine. If you marry all Dominachis or powers combined, you'd be rich. I'm afraid to tell you this, but polyamorous marriages are in fact illegal. Those are in fact illegal. Are you good? Broad question, broad answer. I have paid all of my bills for the month. I do not have as much money in the pot as I would like to have to make it through a month right now. But that's because YouTube refuses to give me my money. So, it's not anyone's fault but YouTube's. I fully blame YouTube for that situation. As long as my bills are paid, I consider it a win. As hard as it might be to get through the rest of the month at times after that, I don't mind. As long as I'm not behind on any bills. But I can pay my bills, so I'm winning right now. Place all the Domodachi into a hydraulic press and crush them into a single Gigadachi. I don't know if I could handle one representative Domodachi that had all of your personality traits. I feel like that would be a very insufferable guy. That would be a very interesting guy. Borderline insufferable. Come here, Neil. I just want to talk. I don't want my personality traits mixed in there. I'm not being mean. I promise I say this from a place of love. I can handle all of you separately within chat, but I don't think I could handle one like amalgamation of all of you that's like one person that then has to juggle all of your personality traits. I feel like that would be very overwhelming. Become president, make polyamorous marriages illegal, pool our money. Why do I have to become president for this to happen? It'd be like the Simpsons gag where all the diseases try to fit through the door at once. None of our personalities would get out. Very true. Nightmare echoing voices in unison. Bruno, we're home. We brought you tendies. I'm just like, I don't think I want your scary chicken tenders. I don't think I want that, please. I feel like somewhere in that become president first step, the money issue would have already been solved. Well, if I was a selfish president. The problem is if I were to become president, I would be super selfless and I would be caring about everyone else before me. No, Fred. I'm scared, I think. I don't know if I want this, actually. I'm afraid. We might have more than 69 cents for chicken nuggets. That is pretty epic. They have like a promotion going on right now. It's not really a sale, but they have a promotion going on right now that's buy one get one for 10-piece nuggets. So you could get like 20 chicken nuggets for like $6, and it's taking all of my willpower to ignore it. Just so you're aware. Just so you're aware. I haven't succumbed, but like, just so you know. Very scary deals going on the internet right now. She used up all the campaign money to become president, then no. No. What I'm saying is I would be a very selfless president. I want to make sure everyone else is happy. So I probably wouldn't have money.
Thank you so much. Daniel Smith, thank you for the late donation. Thank you.
Spent nuggy money on Shamrock shakes and Pokemon Happy Meals. Are the Shamrock shakes already out? They come out earlier and earlier every dang year. That's crazy. It's not even March. We're literally in like early February. I guess approaching mid-February, but like... What the frick? I just got a coupon for a dozen Popeyes tendies for $10. It was so worth it. Ugh. I wish I had a Popeyes near my box. But the closest one to Onigashima is too far away. I want Popeyes chicken. May or may not have an empty shake on my desk right now. No, I love that for you. Treat yourself. You deserve it. I don't like the Shamrock shakes, though, because they taste yucky. Well, okay. My spiciest take is that I can handle the Shamrock shake barely. In terms of, like, mint stuff, because I normally hate mint-flavored things, I can handle the Shamrock shake because it's so much vanilla that it kind of overpowers the mint, which is very rare. There was also a period of time where the main thing I would get from McDonald's is the chocolate shakes, and whenever it was Shamrock season, I would usually get an aftertaste of Shamrock mixed into my chocolate, and I will admit, it was not that bad. It could have been a lot worse. I would notice it, though, and I would still be like, blick. But it could have been a lot worse. Vanilla mint. Yeah, it like doesn't really taste much like mint sometimes. I think it depends on the store maybe, or like how much they blend it. But like to me, I feel like the mint is weak enough that I don't always taste it and I can tolerate it. I wouldn't go out of my way to order it, but it's one of the more tolerable instances of a mint flavored thing. Generally though, I hate the stuff. Generally though, nasty. Not for me, no thank you. But I was really happy because McDonald's had a promotion with a new frap for the first time in a while. Usually their fraps get ignored. Because I really like the mocha frap, so this is why I am having this discussion right now. There's usually not like another flavor of frap though. Like that's not usually one of the like limited time flavors for things. But they recently added a dulce de leche flavor for the frap, and it was so freaking good. I was so happy. I was like, finally, they're not neglecting the fraps. I love blended iced coffee. Though that thing is basically just a pile of sugar. It barely tastes like coffee. But I guess it has like a richer taste, like a darker kind of roast to it than the caramel frap. The caramel frap is sugar incarnate. But the dulce de leche frap was like a darker kind of caramel taste. Like it was the caramel frap, but like richer, more mature tasting maybe, because it was less sugary. But it was really good. I was very happy. They had a chai frap here for a while that was really yummy. Ooh. I would try it. I just want there to be like more varieties of frap. I'm like this with like Starbucks and stuff too. I just want there to be more varieties of the fraps because those are the kind of coffee beverages I like. Though I can also handle other, what's the word? I can handle other types of coffee sometimes. But I do really like my blended beverages. That's why I was really happy when McDonald's finally introduced a new flavor. I was like, at last! Something for us! Yippee! It might not be there anymore now that they're starting to transition to like the Shamrock shakes or what have you. I refuse to believe that the Shamrock shake is actually available. I have to check. I have to check right now. But I know it's like similar to how Christmas always gets introduced to stores earlier every year, but like people love that Shamrock shake so freaking much. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's already available, just by sheer popularity, but I have to see. I must know. Okay, chocolate, strawberry, yup, there it is. Motherfucking Shamrock shake. That's so funny, they don't even have the vanilla shake listed, they just have the Shamrock. It's just vanilla chocolate and Shamrock. They're just like, we know you motherfuckers aren't gonna order vanilla anytime soon. Never actually tried it, the Shamrock shake? If you like mint-flavored stuff, you might enjoy it. I don't remember your opinion on mint-flavored stuff. I love it because it's green. That's fair. Oh, ooch. I shake your hand. I think it's tolerable, like I said, because it does taste more like vanilla and less like mint to me. But it also depends on the establishment, probably. But to me, it tastes like vanilla with like a mint aftertaste, kind of. I think mint yucky. I shake your hand. You remember my opinion on mint? I think you like it? I think? Spicy gross plant. I'd still not go into a McDonald's? That's fair. It's not for everyone. For me, it is my occasional treat. I mostly go for fries. Don't have the Shamrock shake here? Dang. I'm afraid you're just going to have to come to Onigashima so that you can get it. I'm afraid it's just been decided for you. You have to take a trip now. Hanaki, welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, no, I'm glad I am surrounded by fellow mint dislikers because I just, it's not for me. But again, I wouldn't go out of my way to get a Shamrock shake, even if I think that they're alright. Green woman lover and a green beverage lover. I like mint mojitos, but I hate mint chocolate. Oh, you know what? That's fair. I will eat chocolate mint ice, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Hey, if you like it, that's good. I think I could handle mint in a mojito as well. I've never really had a mojito, but I think I could handle it if it's in beverage form. But I definitely don't really like chocolate mint. Mint and dark chocolate is one of my favorites. Hell yeah, love that for you. I will have to let my bestie know that the Shamrock shakes are already back in stock, though, because they are also a lover of the Shamrock shake. Specifically, I think that's the one mint thing they go super crazy for. Letting them know. They're probably going to bed soon, but letting them know. Like your friend don't normally enjoy mint? That is very fair. Once when I ate milk chocolate, my brain went, why are we eating oh, mint chocolate. My brain went, why are we eating toothpaste and why is there chocolate in it? Yeah, that's how I feel too. It just reminds me too much of brushing my teeth. And there are some people that are like, well, if you feel that way, that means you never brush your teeth. And I'm just like, no. That just means you use weak toothpaste. I'm sorry you use weak little baby toothpaste, and that's why you think that the mint is more tolerable. But to me, the strength of the mint is similar to the strength of my toothpaste. Keeping your bestie up late thinking about getting a Shamrock shake? Well, the good news about McDonald's is that they tend to be open pretty late, if not 24/7, depending on establishment. Might be a phase. I'm slowly losing the craze for it now that I think about it. I think once you hit the craving enough times, it'll probably start tasting kind of icky. Well, maybe not icky, but you'll probably, like, not be as passionate for it. But that's the thing, you have to itch that craving enough for it to, like, actually go away. Never had that problem because I use spearmint. Understandable. I need Thin Mints now. Oni Mama loved Thin Mints. I think I've said this before, but those were her favorite Girl Scout cookie. And this Oni was in the Girl Scouts. So she had pretty decent access to Thin Mints. She would get the Thin Mints and I would get the trefoils, which are just the, like, shortbread cookies. Which are very yummy. So jealous. We were also like the designated cookie family. My Oni Mama was also called the Cookie Mom when I was in Girl Scouts because we were the ones who handled getting all of the delivery of the cookies for all of the girls in our troop. So we had to go to the Girl Scouts HQ and pick up all the cookies. So we were surrounded by like boxes and boxes of cookies. And we'd get to keep them in the house and like start sorting them out for all the girls so that they could deliver all their orders, and we'd be surrounded by all these cookies, and I would just be like, well, what if I just took a box? Like, would anyone really notice if I took a box is the thing? And it was really nice, too, because all the boxes were, like, color-coded, so it was, like, a green box for Thin Mints, and, like, a bright blue box for trefoils. And there was, like, a red box for the tagalongs, and they all had, like, cute, like, color coding, and it was really, really fun. I think there was actually a point where we were in the back. I was in the back of the truck while they were getting loaded in, and my friend's family was like taking the boxes and like purposefully loading them in to trap me. And I was like, oh no, I'm getting buried in Girl Scout cookies. Oh, what a shame. I guess I'm just gonna have to eat my way out. Oh, this sucks so bad. Oh no. Oh, this is so unfortunate. And I was like pawing against the box, making it seem like I was gonna actually try to rip it open. Good times, good times. Oh no, whatever will I do? I am so scared. Never tried trefoils. They're just like a simple shortbread. But they were one of my favorites. I had a thing where I would always have a couple trefoils and some milk before bed. They were my cookies and milk treat before I would go to sleep. Very yummy. I used to be pretty big on going to bed treats. It would either be like graham crackers and milk, or if it was Girl Scout cookie season, it would be the trefoils and milk. Yum, 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 yum. During like Christmas season, it would be the family Christmas cookies and milk. As you could tell, big milk drinker. Little cup of milk every night. But no, I think the trefoils are good. Really yummy with milk. Probably would also be yummy with iced coffee, but I haven't really had trefoils much in my adulthood. There's nobody in my life that is a Girl Scout. My younger cousin, she did not get the Girl Scout bug like I did. She chose to be a jock instead. She's like super big into soccer. Evidently is quite good at it as well. But the milk never helped Yuno grow tall. Sometimes milk can only do so much. At the very least, it means I have very strong bones. We can consider that a win, right? I have strong bones. Don't we love that for me? That's probably why I've never broken a bone, because I drink so much milk. Right? Right? Gotta be. Prove it. I rip off my flesh to show you my bone. All the milk makes you more puntable? No! Don't punt me! Now that's a stream idea. Showed you my bone? Please respond. The milk comment my brain wanted to say. Oh no. You sure are right. Them's some strong bone. Thank you. The stream idea is POV, I get an x-ray and I show you the results and brag about how strong my bones are. Maybe you're short because the strong bones are weighing you down? Oh no. Oh no. The consequences of my actions. I can't help it though, milk's so yummy. Puntables and milk is one central bone. Why do you keep dooming her to this life of misery? First, she spends all her time in Tupperware. Next, she just has one central bone. POV got an x-ray to prove my bones are strong and discovered something much worse. The horns don't show up on the x-ray because they're plastic. God, I hate this place. You guys are so mean to me. What the frick? I think my horns are perfectly fine, thank you. Though I guess there's also a chance the horn shape might change with the new mama art as well. I don't know. They might change how the horns are styled. I can hear your eyes smiling. What? What does that even mean? You should see what we do to each other. Guys, be nice. Play nice. Children, behave. French horn. Yeah, I'll just the soft rebrand isn't to make me more of an Oiron, it's to make me French. Oui oui baguette. The horns are gonna turn into croissants. Croissant. You caught me. Croissant. Say it ain't so. All this effort to get people to remember that I am an Oiron, and in fact I'm just French. That would be so funny. I will ironically leave. No, don't! Good thing I'm joking, right? Yuno Hanaki? Oh no, he would come for my brand, wouldn't he? Owari Dayo. Say psych. Yeah, psych, 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 psych. I wouldn't actually do that. I wouldn't know enough French to be able to pull that off convincingly. I'm gonna stay annoyed, Ron. I like being annoyed on too much to really change it.
An offering. Thank you so much.
$5 from Kiwa. Thank you so much. Short hair, please. Okay, short hair toggle. There you go. I'm like a pony. I can do the tricks on command. Friendship. Be nice. My goodness. Yeah. It retracted. Yeah, that's how Melon rigged it. We can do that if you want. I don't really advertise it as a service, but like, if you want, I don't mind toggling stuff if you request it. Just like Wolverine. I don't think Wolverine can retract hair. Wolverine can retract claws. I don't know. I actually don't know that much about... I was about to say... Marvel? Is Wolverine Marvel? I thought Wolverine was DC. I don't know shit, to be honest with you. Just like Wolverine's short. No! Leave me alone! Wolverine is Marvel? Okay. I wasn't sure. I was going to say DC, and then I realized that that might be incorrect, and then I was like, but is it Marvel? But I don't know. I don't know things. X-Men, which is Marvel? I thought X-Men were... Did Marvel acquire the X-Men? Because I thought the X-Men used to be DC. Or were they always Marvel? I don't know anymore. Wolverine is canonically short. Hugh Jackman is just huge. Fair enough. But at least Hugh Jackman is also very cool. X-Men was Fox. Marvel got the rights back. Oh! Okay. Naruhodo. Okay. I understand. Very thing was with the cinematics. Oh, okay. Okay. I will forget this information eventually, so you'll have to be patient. Please be patient. My brain does not retain comic book knowledge. I'm not a comic book girly. I like moving with the short hair because I like seeing it sway a little bit. Short hair cute. Even with the bangs pinned up, the short hair still looks cute. I think it also looks good with the bangs down. Oops, wrong one. Which one is bangs? Right, it's the forehead toggle. I like this too. We're here for that for you. Thank you. Someone needs to retain that memory. This means you have to watch all the X-Men movies, including Origins Wolverine. Please don't do that to me. You're the girliest tomboy ever. I'm very boyish with certain things, and then there's other things where they just don't register in my brain. Unfortunately, comics was one of those. I really tried to get into Marvel at one point, because my friend got really into the Marvel movies. Same bestie I've been talking about previously. Really liked the Marvel movies. Really wanted to get me into the Avengers, so we watched the Avengers 2012 movie. And I thought that was okay. I liked it. I ended up liking Bruce Banner the most. Mark Ruffalo is pretty cool. So I liked Bruce Banner, that version of Bruce Banner. And then I think I watched maybe one or two of the Iron Mans, and then I watched the Spider-Man movies, the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. And then I didn't really watch... no, I watched, Thor Ragnarok. I really liked that movie. What else have I seen? Iron Man. I think my friend's favorite is Iron Man, so I think I probably watched some Iron Man stuff. I don't remember much after that. I think we kind of stopped watching after they did some stuff that made me not really like the series anymore. Franchise, whatever. Winter Soldier? I don't think we watched Winter Soldier. We weren't really big on Captain America movies. I don't know. I really can't remember. It was literally forever ago. Because I think we watched them in preparation so I could watch Avengers 2012, maybe? So we watched a couple before Avengers, and then we watched some more after. It's kind of a blur. Winter Soldier is a good movie, I see. I mean, I will say, because I know a little bit about Marvel, I'd probably be more willing to watch a Marvel movie than I would be to watch, like, other stuff that has been suggested. You might be more likely to get me to watch Marvel just because at least I at least have a little bit of base knowledge. For 2012, it'd have to be Iron Man 1 and 2, Hulk, Thor 1, and the first Captain America. Probably, but like I said, I don't really remember it, unfortunately. It was so long ago. My brain just does not recall. But I also really like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I think we watched we watched 2 of those movies. I don't know if we watched the last one. But anyway. Oh dang, would you look at the time? I should probably consider wrapping up soon. I said I was going to have to end early-ish. Not super early, but like early-ish. Because I have to be up early to prepare for stream tomorrow. Because it'll be another mini endurance. You said this one would be a long one. I know. You guys would trap me here forever if you could. You would be like, we want you to Zatsu until it's time for the next stream. And then you just raid the next room. And I just would be like, please, I'm just a little guy. I need rest. I also just have other stuff to do. But yeah, so tomorrow is Grace's. I'll try to go for a decently long time. I'm thinking it's probably gonna go until like maybe 4 or 5. So, you know, somewhere around there is going to be the length of time. You completed the game! Well, congratulations! Happy for you. I will hopefully get there eventually. But I'm taking my time. No rushing for me. But yeah, we're gonna lock in and play more tomorrow because I didn't get to play last week. So that'll be fun for me. Yippee yahoo! Yeah. That is the plan. And then I'll be taking my 2 days off on Wednesday, Thursday, instead of the usual Tuesday, Wednesday. So that is the plan. I hope you guys will be able to stop in and catch even a little bit of Grace's, or if not, I will just be your work company. You'll get to listen to me yelling at my screen for a few hours, as it should be. Home. Okay, okay. But yeah, until then, thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, Yunotsu!